Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Tyler Brown.
All right, thanks. You are here on a warrant for failing to appear in a case in which you've been charged with narcotic drug possession of Class 4 felony and drug paraphernalia, possession of Class 6 felony. You have already had a lawyer appointed. This warrant issued on August 8th of this year when you failed to appear at a status conference. So that status conference is now going to be September 5th, which is 1 week from today at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. I'm going to affirm the bond that the judge set, which is $500 secured. If you post it, comply with all of your conditions and don't miss your court date. If you accept your left, I'll give you a copy of your paperwork.
I can't afford that. I'm homeless. I cannot afford that.
I understand. So, Mr. Tyler, then you stay in custody until next week. And if and when you get released, you take extra care never to miss a court date, especially not in a felony case.
Ma'am, only reason why I missed the court is because I had a drug diversion. The drug diversion didn't work, and they suspended the prosecution.
Right, and here's the thing. You've got 2 warrants out of City of Phoenix and one in Indiana. And so, Mr. Brown, you haven't been going to court. That's why you're getting a bond. This is not misdemeanor court. You cannot treat it that way. You miss a court date in a felony case. We're going to reset it for you next week. If you can't post the bond, talk to your lawyer about your release conditions next week. You accept your left to get your paperwork.
When is the court date?
1 week.
1 week?
1 week from today. Mr. Gundry, you've got your paperwork. And then Ryan Cohn-Holt, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Kenneth Gundry.
Thank you. You're here on a warrant for failing to appear in a case in which you've been charged with narcotic drug possession of Class 4 felony and drug paraphernalia possession of Class 6 felony. The warrant issued on August 8th after you failed to appear at a status conference. You've already
I didn't have a court date.
Mr. Gundry, I'm talking. Wait
Sorry.
for it, and I'll give you a chance. You've already had a lawyer appointed. Your next court date is a status conference 1 week from today, September 5th at 8:30 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork. Your bond is $500. It is secured. If you post it, comply with all of your conditions and don't miss your court date. Now, what did you want to say?
It was because I wasn't able to finish the Sage.
I know.
And that was because my phone, I had the Obama phone, the data ran out.
Okay, Mr. Gundry, I'm not here to decide whether you should or should not be washed out of that program. But, like the prior defendant, you have too much criminal history and too many missed court dates, especially in misdemeanor cases. You have to post this bond or stay in custody. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Mr. Cohn-Holt. And then Ms. Beaver, will you please go to the chair? Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ryan Cohn-Holt.
Thank you. You're here on a probation warrant. You are on probation for a Class 6 felony. Back on February 28th of this year, a warrant was issued for your arrest because the probation department filed a petition to revoke your probation, alleged on violation of terms 3 and 5.
I wish they would have made me aware of it. I didn't even know.
All right, Mr. Cohn-Holt, I don't know what is making people think that you should interrupt me at this point. I will let you know, okay? Term 3, defendant immediately absconded after being released from prison January 3rd. Term 5, failed to ever contact adult probation. So you can deal with your probation officer and the probation judge about whether those things are true.
Yeah.
This is what you're facing. So your court date is going to be September 5th at 8:30. That's 1 week from today. I did appoint a lawyer for you. And your bond is $250. It is secured with condition. Now, what did you want to say?
Nothing. That's wonderful.
Step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Ms. Beaver, and then Michael Ephraim, will you please go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Champagne Beaver.
Thank you. You're here on 2 cases. One is a new case from yesterday, and one is a grand jury indictment that's been waiting a bit to find you.
Yeah,
I know. I'm going to tell you what it is.
I'm sorry.
In the new case, you got arrested for 2 allegations of fraudulent schemes, Class 2 felonies, 2 allegations of shoplifting with an artifice or device intended to facilitate that. Might also be with 2 or more prior convictions. Those are Class 4 felonies. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date in this case is going to be different than your arraignment hearing. It's going to be a status conference September 12th, which is 2 weeks from today, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing September 16th at 8:30 in the same court. Now, you were indicted by a grand jury quite a while ago, back in 2017, on the following charges. Count 1, 2, 3, hold on. All right, it is 2 counts of trafficking with stolen property in the second degree, class 3 felonies, 4 counts of unlawful possession of a scanning device or re-encoder, those are class 4 felonies.
Yeah, I don't know what.
1 count of organized retail theft, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of shoplifting with an artifice or device, that's a class 4 felony. The alleged offense date for all of those, it is a range of dates between September 19th and November 14th of 2016. You'll get a copy of that indictment and police reports from your lawyer. I'm appointing a lawyer for you in that case as well. And in this case, you have been indicted already, so you have to go be arraigned. That's why you have different court dates. So your arraignment hearing in the older case is this coming Wednesday, September 4th. So it is the week before your hearing in the new case. September 4th, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Now, I'm going to put you on an ankle monitor and release you. The state did make a bail recommendation in both cases, and I know why, and you need to talk to your lawyer, but I certainly recommend you Google Maricopa County Attorney and retail theft. They are frequently sending people to prison in these cases now. You are now accused of multiple offenses on multiple dates. That substantially increases the leverage that the state has against you. I'm telling you these things because you say that you have 3 kids, 1 kid.
1.
If you were to be booked in on 1 allegation like this while the case is pending, you will be held without bond under Arizona law because you now have 2 open cases. Didn't happen to anybody at this calendar. It usually happens to between 1 and 4 people on every calendar. You'll be held without bond. And as I noted, the state government in this state, and many of them, is on a substantial tear to put a stop to how it appears you may have been making a living for a long, long, long time. I've got your Washington criminal history as well.
Mm-hmm. Which is all buttoned up. I don't have any open case in Washington.
Oh, I know that. What I'm saying is, though, it is long, it is consistent. It is theft and forgery charges going back over 15 years. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is I think maybe the train's about to pull in the station on how you may have been supporting yourself. I'm not asking you that. I'm not asking you to comment on that. What I'm trying to do is give you a small light bulb that people are absolutely going to prison every day of the week now for this. Google it. I'm not making it up. They have press conferences on it. Mm-hmm. So you do you. You need to go to court. You need to stay out of these locations. If you don't remember where this was in 2016, you'll get police reports from your lawyer, and then you'll know where not to go. The ankle monitor is to try to hold you accountable and make it less likely that you may go do these kinds of things while the case is pending. But I strongly recommend, not as legal advice, because I can't give legal advice, but as life advice, that you take this with deadly seriousness, that you face right now a very serious likelihood of a prison offer. They will come out of the gate with a plea agreement that involves several convictions and prison. Mm-hmm. And so don't think that you won't go from 0 to prison. And I don't tell you that so that you can run, because Arizona also extradites. So I want you to go to court. If you want to have some chance at some type of probation outcome, maybe with jail time, I don't know. But looking at what you've got, you have a bad problem right now. But these are property crimes. I'm willing to put you on an ankle monitor. Don't go to the scenes of the crimes. And apparently, the police say that you're being widely investigated for more. So that's right there in the Form 4. I'm not telling any of their secrets, meaning your lawyer will be able to see it. So don't think that you're not on anyone's radar. That is not the case. As I like to tell people, once you make yourself interesting to the police, it's hard to get them uninterested. So I think they're fairly interested in you right now. I want you to comply with release conditions. You're innocent until proven guilty in both of these cases. But if you think you can't go to prison for shoplifting, please Google it. The situation has changed. It's also, I might point out, it's an election year. And this is a hot topic. Step to your left to get your paperwork.
Can I speak freely?
Don't say anything, because I'm saying you're getting the best outcome
No
from me.
problem.
Don't potentially incriminate yourself.
You know, I wanted a copy of the police report from today.
Okay, you'll get that through your lawyer.
And then also within the charges, basically, I don't understand how they turn from one trespassing charge to these burglary issues and things like that as far as...
Did they tell you trespassing at the mall?
Yes, they did.
Oh, well, the cops will say things. I have no idea how they start, but no, they have a long allegation of fake fraudulent returns, fraudulent store returns. So that's what this is for. As far as any trespass, they may add that into another complaint, but right now they're accusing it at two stores. They say there's other stores. So
got it.
Talk to your lawyer, because between now and your next court date, the county attorney gets to decide on the formal charges. There could be more, there could be less, there could be different ones. This is what the police just booked you on, and so this is not even your formal probable cause finding. This is one for purposes of release conditions. The grand jury made a formal probable cause finding. You have been formally charged in that 2016 case. You have not yet been in this case. So when you get to court, you and
I
your lawyer...
knew nothing about that charge at all. Like, I don't know anything.
You'll get it all through your lawyer.
Yeah.
So
one other thing.
When you see your lawyer, and you can go over what they did decide to file, and then you can compare it to what's in the police reports.
Is it an open docket right now that I can request, basically, right away?
So you're saying, is it public?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it takes a few days, because now, for the new one, the case has to generate, and in the grand jury...
for the old one, I'm sorry.
So in the old one, it's sealed until the arraignment. So what happens is, my understanding is, between today and when you go to your arraignment on Wednesday, the clerk's office will unseal it. They'll clear it out in all the systems so that it can be given to you and your lawyer. So right now, as of this moment, I can't see the indictment. I can only see the warrant because it's sealed. But between now and Wednesday, it comes unsealed, and you'll get the copy at your next court date. That's the formal reading of the charges.
One last thing, I just started employment, so as far as the ankle monitor, how can I go
You
about...
can still work. Yeah. It's like a cell phone these days.
Gotcha.
You're not tied to a house.
Okay.
I considered prohibiting you from going to malls. But I thought also perhaps I could give you a clue, and then you could go to malls and do some legit business and not have to... I think the probation department would have a hard time figuring out where every mall is in town. And so I decided against that. I thought perhaps I'd give you a clue. You go ahead and Google it, but I think you should take this with extreme seriousness. Don't commit any new crimes while the case is pending. All right, everything else is going to be on your paperwork. You have to be hooked up to the ankle monitor before you leave, so we should be out by the end of the day.
And as far as Mesa, I don't need to go there, or...
Mesa? They might have ticketed you, or do you have a...
She has a warrant.
You got a warrant. Okay, so Mesa's going to be told that they can come get you, or if you can post Mesa's bond, you can post here.
I would like to do that.
Okay, so talk to the officers after court about how you do that, and so that you don't have to wait around for Mesa to get you, because Mesa will get a whole day to come and get you.
Okay.
All right.
And I just wanted to also verify I have my child at home alone right now, so I need this to move fast.
How old is your child?
16 years old.
Oh, okay. So, understood.
I mean, but
if you're like
he's been
10,
home.
you need to call DCF.
Yeah, he's been home since yesterday at 3:30 by himself.
Okay, understood, but I gotcha. So, talk to the officers after court, because I don't see Mesa cases, so either you bond out from here, or you have to wait, and they take you to Mesa, and they got 24 hours to do it.
Okay.
So, all right, everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, they'll give you a copy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ephraim, and then Brandon Townley, will you go to the chair? Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Michael James G. from Fort.
All right, thanks. You're here on a new case. You got arrested for burglary in the 3rd degree, a class 4 felony. there is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is September 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That's 2 weeks from today in the downtown Superior Court with the preliminary hearing, September 16th at 8:30 in the same court. I'm going to follow the recommendation for the state recommended bond for you, but I'm going to release you to pretrial services. I'm not going to make you wear an ankle monitor either, because presumably you can not go to that church, the Gathering Church. You cannot go there while the case is pending. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. No contact with any of the employees there or any witnesses. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Don't miss your court dates. You have 5 priors. You face a real possibility of a prison outcome as well. You need to go to court. Mr. Townley, and then Christopher Allen, will you go to the chair? Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Brandon Elliott Townley,
Thank you. You're here on a new case going out of Buckeye City Court. You've been accused of disorderly conduct and criminal damage, both Class 1 misdemeanors. There is probable cause for those. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you, though, because you don't financially qualify. You have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to represent yourself. Your court date is going to be September 17th. That's almost 3 weeks from now, 8:30 in the morning in the Buckeye City Court. You qualify for release on your own recognizance, but you still get domestic violence type release conditions. So you're going to have to go stay somewhere else while the case is pending. You can do a civil standby with a Buckeye officer to collect belongings, but you can't go there on your own without an officer.
Most definitely.
No contact with the alleged victim, no weapons, drugs, no alcohol, and if you get served with an order of protection, then you have to comply with that as well.
Understandable.
Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy.
No
Thank
problem.
you. And then Mr. Allen, after that, Langston Edlund, will you please go to the chair? Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Christopher Allen, 11.
You're here on a warrant from the Desert Ridge Justice Court.
Yes, ma'am.
This warrant was issued July 8th of this year after you failed to appear at a criminal speeding ticket hearing. That's a Class 3 misdemeanor. Your arraignment hearing on this warrant is going to be September 9th, which is 2 weeks from Monday, September 9th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Records show this is your first failure to appear. I'm going to release you. It is a Class 3 misdemeanor. It's the lowest class of crime on the books. It is my hope that you'd rather show up than get arrested for it. If you don't, I'll be able to see that you had 2 tries and you wouldn't go, and you'll get a bond, even on a speeding ticket, okay? Right, so you got your paperwork, and your court date is not for 2 weeks, okay?
For 2 weeks, you said what date was it again?
It's the 9th. It's all on your paperwork. I just want you to go, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's just a speeding ticket. I mean, it's criminal, but you got to go. All right, you step to your left, you get your paperwork.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mr. Perez, Jesus Perez? Oh, whoops, and I missed Mr. Edlund. Oh, Mr. Edlund, go ahead, sir, if you come in, and then Mr. Perez to the chair. Hi, sir, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Langston Edlin.
Thanks. You're here on a new case. This is going to go out of University Lakes Justice Court. You got arrested for harassment, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing in the University Lakes Justice Court on September 17th, which is almost 3 weeks from now. I think it's in Chandler, but the address is on your paperwork. 1:30 in the afternoon on the 17th. And I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You don't appear to have any criminal history, and so and you're not accused of hurting anyone. So just go to court, comply with your conditions. Those include no contact with the alleged victim, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If you get served with any kind of order of protection or order against harassment, you have to comply with that as well. And no weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Okay? All right, if you step to your left, get your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Perez? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Jesus Trinidad Perez.
Okay, thanks. You are here on a warrant from a status conference, and it looks like this was March. It's a fax and it's fuzzy. It could be 15th or 16th of this year, but it's March. And in this case, you've been charged with narcotic drug possession, 2 allegations, Class 4 felonies, and drug paraphernalia. a Class 6 felony. And so you already have a lawyer. Your court date is going to be Thursday, September 5th, which is 1 week from today at 8:30 in the morning. And I am going to give you another chance to come to court because, unlike the last couple people who did have to eat a bond in these circumstances, you don't have that kind of criminal history and failure to appear record. So that's the difference between you and them. You don't have a bunch of failures to appear in misdemeanor court. So you are getting a do-over because I know you were in the diversion program and they kicked you out, and sometimes people, they don't keep their address updated, etc. We see a lot of these. And so I will give you a do-over because very likely the county attorney is going to again offer you diversion. I think they give everybody 2 tries generally unless you really screw up. So if you've had 2 tries, you might be out of luck. I don't think you have. No. So you don't have to take that offer. You can go to trial. I'm just saying I don't want to hold you when you're likely to be offered diversion again. And you don't have this long history of failing to appear, okay? So don't start one. All right. Take your paperwork. You're going to go to pretrial services, though. That just means you have to check in with them. It's not hard. You'll get an envelope. Just follow the instructions after you get out, okay? All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. All right, sir, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Brandon Alkire.
Thank you. And you're here on a new case. The allegations are child sex trafficking with a minor under the age of 15, that's a Class 2 felony, and attempted sexual conduct with a minor under the age of 15, that's a Class 3 felony. There is probable cause for those things, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. And with respect to the county attorney made a motion in your case at the very start of the hearing, and I said I would explain it. And that was to seal the Form 4, which is a term that we use. What it means practically, so the Form 4 is a narrative and a form that the police fill out when they arrest somebody, and it's what they are accusing you of. It's the summary of what they're accusing you of and some other information about you and the situation. And so that's your arrest paperwork that the court relies on, in determining probable cause. And so in cases where the police have included, like juvenile identifying information or something, or where there's an ongoing investigation, like in your case, then they come and ask the court to keep that out of the public record until they provide a redacted copy or until the investigation is over. And we do routinely grant those. I've never, in 20 years, I've never even heard a defense attorney argue against it, which is why I allow them to do it at the top of the hearing. It does not mean you won't get a copy of everything through your lawyer. You'll get all your discovery and everything through your lawyer. It's just that the paperwork that you were booked under is not going to immediately go on the web in the public record. And so, that's because obviously they're doing some kind of ongoing sting investigation. So just wanted to explain that. You can talk to your lawyer more about that.
Yeah, okay.
But it's common. All right. So, all right. In this case, so I did appoint a lawyer for you. Your status conference is going to be September 5 at 8:30 in the morning. That's 1 week from today. Preliminary hearing, September 9 at 8:30. And that is in the same court. That's downtown Phoenix, and the address will be on your paperwork. In your case, the state's recommendation is $100,000 secured. In this type of case, we frequently, if not almost exclusively, see people with no criminal history, etc. And so this court weighs the weight of the evidence, likely outcomes, a continuum of severity of what's being alleged. Based on all of those things, the court sets bond in your case at $50,000. It is secured. That means you can use a bail bondsman to possibly post bail for less than the full amount, but you need collateral and you need a fee. So you can call them from the tank and ask them what they might require. I think it also depends on your credit worthiness. If you post that, then by law, you must be on an electronic ankle monitor. Anyone accused of a felony sex crime has to be on an ankle monitor when they're on pretrial release. You may not go to the scene of the alleged crime. No contact with anyone under the age of 18. It looks like you don't have any children of your own. All right, so no contact with anyone under the age of 18. You may not access the internet through any means except for work or school purposes only. That doesn't mean email. Email is not the internet. Obviously, if you follow links to the internet from email, that's not allowed, except for work or school purposes. And I forget, are you working right now?
No.
Okay, all right. So, okay, everything you need to know is on your paperwork. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. And if you step to your left, I'll give you a copy of that. Thank you.